pound hit its record low against the US dollar.
Indian rupee has breached 80 against the US dollar. It's a record low.
Pushed the yen to a 20-year low against the dollar.
80 के नीचे गिरा रुपया लगातार रुपए की गिरावट जारी.
Euro slid to 20-year low and came closer to parity against dollar.
$1 is equals to 82.24 rupees. Indian rupees is performing at its all-time low. Is it really that bad? Let's compare it with other currencies and find out. The euro dropped 19.65% in a year, 30-year low against the dollar. The British pound dropped 24.88% in a year, 50-year low against the dollar. The Japanese yen dropped to a staggering 29.77% in a year, 50-year low against the dollar. Even the Chinese yuan dropped to a 10.5%, but the Indian rupees dropped 10%. This data shows relatively the INR is performing great compared to its competitors. Now, when all the currencies are at its lowest, the US dollar has appreciated, increased in value by 18.8%. All major currencies are performing badly due to various reasons like the Russia-Ukraine war, the oil crunch, etc. But all these problems are not affecting the USD. Instead, it's appreciating every day. Let's find out why. Number 1. Flight to safety, where USD is considered a safe destination by its investors because it's the reserve currency of the world and all major trades are carried out in US dollars. And the investors want their money safe, so they pour majority of their money into the US dollars, which in turn increases the value of the currency. Number 2. Home bias. US is home to the majority of investors in the world, which again is a reason why more and more money is poured into the already increasing value of the dollar. Number 3. Monetary tightening. Returns on the dollar are rising and it's expected to rise more because of monetary tightening by the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the US. Monetary tightening simply means raising interest rates to make borrowing costs higher from business loans to home loans and even credit cards. Basically, the US is manipulating the markets to keep the dollar value high. High inflation and increased interest rates is a disaster for a common man whose salary is still the same. And being in a system where getting loans and credits is so extremely easy creates an unending trap of taking loans at a higher interest rate to keep their lifestyle afloat, which again helps the already increasing value of the dollar. Using this leverage, the USA keeps annihilating the other currencies for its own personal gain. Now, let's talk about Apna Bharat Mahan, India, and how India is ducking all the punches thrown by the US. The Indian currency has strong macro fundamentals. Macro fundamental means the things that affect the economy at large, like unemployment, supply-demand rates, inflation, growth, international trade, etc. Let's observe the data ourselves. The employment rate declined from 6 to 8% last year. Consumer habits in India are improving. Consumers are now becoming trendy shoppers, informed shoppers, embracing the sweets of market capitalization. Consumers are also gaining wealth. Poor is rising to the middle class with an increased spending power than before, which increases the supply-demand growth across all sectors. India's GDP growth was 8.9% in 2021 and it's projected 7.7% in 2022 despite all economic adversities. It is also projected that India will be a $5 trillion economy in 2026-2027. Indian exports touched a staggering $670 billion, which is a 62% increase since last year. These are the fundamentals of an economy. If these are strong, the country will remain firm in numerous adversities. Increased foreign portfolio investments, FPI inflows, have also helped India. Foreign investors have pumped a little over 51,200 crore rupees in the Indian equity markets in just August, making it the highest inflow in 20 months. Startups are also a huge part of increased FPI inflows. India has added a unicorn every 9 days in 2022, according to the public data. In contrary to most governments across the world, the Indian government is doing everything they can to make the currency more resilient, tougher than before. They are taking important steps like promoting and encouraging direct trade in rupees rather than the dollar, creating a more export-oriented economy to back the currency. They are also laying groundwork for rupee to overcome the dollar by UPI internationalization and the ongoing talks to create a BRICS reserve currency to rival the US dollar. But it's not all black and white. USA will face consequences for its actions. There is still a huge problem hovering over their heads. The money is going into the asset markets and the economy is in recession. This creates a wedge between the real economy and the money supply, which is growing wider and wider by the minute, which has created an asset bubble. And the bubble will continue to grow till the Russia-Ukraine war subsides. After that, the dollar appreciation will stabilize and the asset bubble goes. Russian ruble on the other hand has gained 4.2% against the dollar because of Russia implementing strong capital controls immediately following the invasion of Ukraine and controlled outflows of cash. Russia is also choking Europe's energy resources by controlling the prices and supply. Ruble has gone from being one of the weakest to one of the strongest currencies in the world. That's all for today. This is Aditya Raj signing off and hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. A lot has happened since I shot the footage you just saw. It took a long time to edit and to make it presentable. I had to learn a lot of new skills like animation, color grading and whatnot to achieve the level of visual storytelling I aspire. I'm still not close, but it's a start and it's way up from there. We'll learn a lot along the way and I hope you liked it. If you had any problems or if you want to give your suggestions, please do so in the comment section. A few updates that came after I shot the video, which could have been in the video and it was important. Like IMF lowered India's growth forecast from 7.7% to 6.8%. India is still going to be the fastest economies in the world for 2022-2023. It's good enough for now. India will grow at an amazing pace from next year if something bad doesn't happen. Next is Liz Truss resigned after 45 days.
Speaker, I am a fighter and not a quitter. I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
Rishi Sunak became the PM of UK and it would be amazing to see how he handles the financial mess of UK. Thank you for watching. Peace.